One of the most important things to have when macroing is going to be nectars. Nectars give certain buffs like convert rate, honey per pollen, blue pollen, red pollen, white pollen, etc. The three biggest stats you're going to need as a blue hive is obviously going to be the convert rate, and the blue pollen, and the honey per pollen. So that's why in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a complete nectar guide and how you guys can maintain your nectars of your choice. So without further ado, here we go. Now before I get into this guide, you do need certain planters to maintain all your nectars, and those planters are going to be the red clay planter, the blue clay planter, the pesticides planter, and the tacky planter. These planters, of course, are going to be the starting planters that you're going to need. If you have the endgame planters like the hydroponic planter, the heat treated planter, and the petal planter, you can replace those with the red clay planter, the blue clay planter, and the tacky planter. And also keep your pesticide planter. And if you have the planter plenty, that's a pretty good deal to use, but I don't really see people using that when they macro, so I just recommend sticking with the other planters, unless if you want to use your planter plenty to get your max nectars before you start macroing. Now, speaking of max nectars, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can get full nectars before you actually start macroing. So what you're going to do first, you're going to replace 2 filler bees, so for example, your cool bee or your bucko bee, and you're going to replace them with 1 or 2 shy bees. What you're going to do next, you're going to get a certain planter that grows fast in that field and grants bonus nectar. So for this example, I'm going to use the hydroponic planter. As you guys can see, it grows faster in your blue flowers, and it grants times 1.4 refreshing and comforting nectar. So that means if I put it in here, I'm going to get times 1.4 the amount of comforting nectar of this field, because pine tree gives comforting nectar. So that's the example of what you guys are going to do for that. This goes for any other planter like the tacky planter and all these other planters that you guys have. Just make sure you guys put it in its bonus fields and the bonus nectar fields. Now, to actually speed up the growth of your planters, you're going to use a glitter and a cloud vial. So cloud vial is kind of like IRL life. You like have rain, the planter is going to grow, your grass is going to grow, etc. So yeah, basically cloud vials will help grow these, and same for glitter, boosting the field and the planter's growth speed. See, now that you have your max nectars, now let's say if you are leaving for like, let's say 8 to 12 hours, you're going to want to store those nectars in vials. That way you don't have to lose all of your nectars when you come back, and you can use those nectars to get at least some of your nectars back. And also, whenever you leave, do not collect your grown planters. Leave those to be whenever you go collect them. That way you guys can have more nectar when you're ready to start macroing again. Finally, let's actually move on to the nectar part of this guide. So I want to point something out. If you only macro from like, let's say 8 to 12 hours, you can only maintain about 3 nectars at full time. So say I have a comforting, satisfying, motivating. This is the only 3 that I can keep up. But say if I want to have another nectar, let's say refreshing nectar, I won't be able to keep that one up as long, but I will still be able to keep it up for a little bit, but not as much as like a 24-hour constant nectar. Now, these are the settings that I use for 8 to 12 hours, and they actually worked for maintaining full nectars for 3 hours. I mean, no, not 3, 8 to 12. So you're gonna have your tacky planter in your sunflower field. You're gonna have your pesticide planter and spider, and your hydroponic and pine tree. If you don't have hydroponic, obviously replace that with blue clay, but obviously sunflower is going to give you satisfying nectar, pesticide is going to give you motivating, and hydroponic / blue clay planter is going to give you comforting. I also forgot to mention, if you do have your invergating nectar max, go ahead and put that in the nectar pot, which is going to be this thing right here. As you guys can see, I already have my invergating nectar in there since I'm not using it at the moment, because obviously I'm recording this video for you guys, but I usually have my invergating nectar in use when I'm at school, otherwise I can macro for 24/7. Now moving on, if you macro from 13 to 17 hours, you're probably going to be wanting that extra nectar to run, and that extra nectar you're going to be running is going to be your refreshing nectar. So obviously it's kind of the exact same thing as 8 to 12 hours, but you're gonna have another planter, and that's going to be replacing your hydroponic planter from pine tree, and you're gonna replace it for the blue flower field. And obviously, like I said, if you do not have hydroponic planter, you guys can replace that with the blue clay planter, and you're placing it in blue flower, not strawberry, obviously, because strawberry has red flowers. And also blue flower field gives refreshing nectar, and it's a blue flower field too at the same time, so it gives and grows faster and gives more nectar at the same time. So it's a win-win situation right there. Now what we have here next is going to be the above 18-hour mark, where you can maintain all of your nectars high, at least all high, as I would say. But here we go. We have a really messed out, organized kind of layout. I don't really know. I don't really care. But yeah, here we have the layout where you're gonna have a motivating, a satisfying, and a invigorating. And we're gonna have a refreshing, satisfying, a comforting. And then we're having another motivating, refreshing, and then invigorating. And then, not done yet, don't remember. You go on to page 2, this button right here. You're gonna go to the bottom one, you're gonna put a hydroponic and a pine tree for another comforting one. So I use these settings, and I maintain all my nectars above 8%, which is the goal you want to keep. 80% is around like 21 hours mark. That's probably the main 80%. So yeah, these are the best settings in my opinion. Harvest every 2 hours, guys. You need to have it there. Looting is up to you, obviously, and I'll obviously have them all at timed. You don't need glitter. It's honestly useless. But yeah, make sure you guys are using these settings because this is the best, and trust me, they actually work. And like I said in the beginning of this video, make sure when you are not macroing, you are having your invergating in your nectar pot. It's the better choice, and then rather having it just sit in your inventory while you're off the game, just having it run out. And trust me, it's just a waste of stats and a waste of honey. So yeah, make sure you guys are maintaining all of your nectar straight, and especially your invergating nectar. Anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We are so close to 300 subscribers. If you guys want me to go live and stream it, that's up to you guys. Comment down below in the video if you do want me to go live and stream that. It might happen during my school hours, so let's hope it doesn't happen during that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this guide helps, and I'll see you all in the next video.